Hey fishy friends, and this is not a fishy video though. It's been about 2 weeks since Sand Creek, also called Sandy, ate for the first time being here. So I want to see if he or she is about ready to eat again. And it's been spending a lot of time inside the lower cave down here, which has a thinner substrate on purpose. I kind of dug that out because this heating pad is under about an inch of the substrate. So he or she likes to stay under there, but he has other cork things to crawl around in and on, and then his water bowl over here. I've never seen him in that unless he comes out at night. I did see him drink water before when I had a smaller bowl in there. But yeah, he's out this end of the hide, and I see his little nose sticking out there, so he's watching me. He's invisible. He thinks he's under that silk leaf. So I'm gonna, as I said, see if he will eat. And I have his little gourmet rodent here, safely satisfied. It's been frozen until about half an hour ago when I put some water, and I've got his own utensils and all that stuff. Put some water in a plastic bowl and heated it up in the microwave, then cooled it down some. It was way too hot, and got it just good and warm, and then had the mouse in there and turned it every few minutes. And he or she, the mouse, is in the little packet here and is thawed. Is lukewarm and is very soft. You can see this is soft, what I'm touching. It's just the little mouse. So what I'm going to try to do is move the slide out of the way for just a minute, and that will make it dark in this corner. Let me see if I turn on this hall light, if it'll help us a little bit. Yeah, but I'm hoping he doesn't retreat, and I'm going to try to be fairly, of course he sees the light changing. It's gotten darker in there, and he also feels the heat moved away. And nice and warm in here. It feels nice. Maybe 6 or 7 degrees warmer than out here. So my plan was to put the mouse over here, and I dropped it, and I don't have my little tongs right in my hand, so I picked up the mouse by its tail. It's dead. Sure to wash my hands good. And oh, look at those feet. And put it over where I want it, basically on him, closer to him. The light's back on, and I want to try to be kind of quiet. I see some movement already down there. I wanted to film his eating before, and I wasn't sure that's something I wanted to video, and people really wanted to see that, so we'll see. That'll be great. We're at about 3.5 minutes. It definitely reacted. Oh, he's out over here. He's over here. Look at this. Haven't seen him out like that lately. So he's looking for the mouse. I guess he didn't realize it was right on top of him, but he smells it for sure. There he is. There he is. Yeah, he's a little unwary of me still. I'm almost tempted to try and get it back out and give it to him. He's looking at me kind of expectantly. But I think after the last attempted feeding I had with him that did not go well at all, he was very defensive. Shut up, Daniel. That's not going to help. He's over here looking at me, so maybe I'll go over this way. He definitely smells that mouse. He's all about flickering that tongue and smelling that. So let's see if you'll follow me over here to the mouse. That would be cool. Sorry for all that bad camera work. I'm a little heavy in this chair. Rico wanted out the gate over there. Now he wants back in. You know how it is when you have kids or pets. I don't have the kids, but I've got the pets. Yeah, he's zeroing in on that mouse. Here we go. Look how beautiful he is. There we go. There we go. Did you find it? He found it. He didn't strike at it, but I was corrected. Daniel, if you do that again, I don't think you can see it behind those leaves. So as it turned out, that wasn't the best idea. Next time I'll put it out in front of his little hide over there, but he's zeroed back in on it. He's on the way back over. I said something about him striking when the first attempt I made to feed him, and people that know a whole lot more about snakes than I do, which is anybody at all, corrected me and told me that ball pythons don't strike at their food, they just grab it. So there is a difference. He's watching me, but he's smelling that mouse, so I'm still hoping. Anyway, so the second time, I let him settle down for about a week after that, because he was really, really defensive, and I guess I terrified him. I kept putting the mouse in front of him, and maybe he even thought it wasn't dead because I kept presenting it on tongs, and he would strike and strike and strike, but he never got it. And dummy me, I didn't realize till I was told, and well, I actually watched the video later, and then people confirmed those are defensive strikes. So the next time I tried a week later, which was 2 weeks ago, I just opened this and put the mouse in and came back in like an hour, and the mouse was gone. So this is getting to be a little bit long. I won't go like 15 minutes or anything, but I know there are a lot of distractions and the dog barking, and I don't want to get up and distract the snake now. So nothing would do but for that dog to go out of here just before I started this. And so I thought, well, if I don't let him out, he'll be barking to get out. Now he wants back in. So sorry about all the distractions. When you have as many critters as I do, it's kind of like having a daycare almost. Here we go, I've got 5 dogs, and I've got 3 cats, and most of my pets are senior, and most of them, I just barely moved my hand, and he saw the movement and pulled back a little. Most of them have health issues as well, and that's why they're here. Some of you know I volunteer at a shelter, all volunteer shelter. None of us are paid. And those that just aren't going to be adopted or have very little chance of being adopted are those I have. So, and those that don't know Sand Creek, the snake, this was a good YouTube friend of mine, Nathan Alexander, and he primarily was a fish keeper and in our fish fam, but he also had this fellow that he called the Snake. It didn't have a name, and he would often live stream with the snake wrapped around his wrist. And Nathan had some chronic illness and passed maybe a month ago or thereabouts, but anyway, the snake needed a home after that, and I have a couple of his fish as well, that members of our community, our fish fam community. Fish Room Fever and Chattanooga Ed went over about 6-hour drive and got his tanks and some of his tanks and his fish, and this little guy in his little condo and brought the stuff back. And I've never had a snake. I have the blue-tongued skink that's about as long as this guy now. He may be longer than, call him Sandy, but his name's Sand Creek after Nathan's channel, Sand Creek Aquatics. But my skink is probably 3 times, oh, that was a nice yawn, 3 times wider. So I don't think they could go together anyway. I can't find anybody that thinks that's a good idea, or really any literature where snakes and skinks are being kept together. The skink's got probably twice the size bite that this guy does, both length and width. So I don't think it would be a smart idea at all. In other words, it ain't happening. What I might do is pause this. I'd like him to at least engage the mouse or get where he can't see me move. There we go. And see, this is what I thought he would do to start with. He was curled up, not coiled up, but curled up right back there. His little face was there, and so when I put the mouse there, I thought this will be perfect. You just have to reach up and get it. So what I'm going to do is stop this video in a second, because it's coming right up to 12 minutes, and go get that dog inside so he'll stop barking, and come back and see where we're at, and if there's anything to see, go ahead and start a part 2. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.